So hello again, my name is Mateusz. I am lead product owner at Scylla. This is my product that I love, actually. Yeah. So today we have, in Poland is 5 p.m. So actually we are off work. So that's why my colleague is, like, let's say, business casual. And we can answer all your questions like also this way. Yeah. So with me is Radek, my best friend at Scylla. He is global channel partner. And today I will try to convince him that really our VMS is the best VMS on the world.
Right, I will have some questions to you, but later on. Before we start, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, guys, family of Scylla. Surprise, surprise, Albert pretended to be here, but we decided to make it more technical and supportive. So I will shoot Mateusz with some questions regarding this excellent product like VMS. Anyway, I'm Radosław, hello. If you have any questions, please use Q&A section. The webinar is recorded, so it will be available later on. So let's get started, Mateusz. The stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Like you said, if you got any questions, please ask them on the Q&A panel. I will try to answer them all live. This is the main purpose of this webinar. I don't want to make the PPT presentation, like boring PPT presentation. So I prepared my company laptop and I installed this VMS on my laptop so I can show you everything live. If you got any projects right now, if you got any questions from your customers that you want to answer, or maybe you get some ideas and you didn't know how to solve those problems, please ask them now, because I can really show you how we can do it with our product.
And I have a list of questions, so no worry.
Let me. To be honest, I am a little bit scared and stressed out because I know your questions are like precise and yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I think we're gonna manage. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. I see that we have more and more people joining in, so great. So let's get started. First of all, VMS. What is the VMS? Everybody knows that VMS stands for Video Management Software, and video management softwares are on the market for a long time. Everybody was using those in the previous times where the NVRs were not so popular, actually. But to be honest, we are introducing something completely different. We are changing the name. It's not actually VMS. It's more like VMMS, which stands for Video and Metadata Management Software. Why? Because like you know from our previous webinars and all our products, we try to solve one big problem that we got right now in the surveillance industry, not only in the surveillance actually, but overall in the industry. It's the amount of data that you're receiving. Like there's too much information and you need some kind of filter to get the precise information for the certain people. So it's not something difficult to record thousands of cameras. Problem is how to use this image, how to use those cameras in the proper way, because just recording the cameras, it's not a solution for actually anything. Yeah, and to be honest, if you check the studies, in some situations, the more cameras we have in the system, the less successful the system is. Yeah, so we get the more problems. So who needs the VMS, or who needs the recordings? Of course, in Scylla we deal with perfect AI solutions like intrusion detections. We can give you the precise information that there is intruder on your facility, so you need to act. This is something that you send to the monitoring center. That it will not answer you the main question, how the intruder get to your facility or what the intruder is doing now. You know how to react, but you need to be proactive. So in the future, you need to solve the problem with this guy entering your facility. That's why you need recording. You need full story. Also, the analytics, like here, we got perfect shop abnormal behavior detection. Some people call it like shoplifting, right? But to be honest, we need first of all get the full recording as an evidence to show this person that listen, you were stealing something. Yeah, there is a cigarette pack in your purse, so please leave it. Yeah. Second thing, for example, smoke and fire detection. Also, we provide AI solutions to detect smoke and fire, but this time we detected the fire and smoke. But the question is, how the smoke started. So in the future, you need to solve maybe some of your procedures to help you out to not get this kind of problem. Or something that I received, actually, this is the hard drive I ordered from one of the e-commerce shops in Poland. And this is how I received this hard drive. It was like, yeah, this is disaster, right? I just returned this goods back to the e-commerce partner, because why? I cannot use the hard drive like this. It's damaged already. I cannot trust this hard drive to store my precious data, and I need to report this. And the customer, he needs to start the complaint process. He needs to find who made the packing, not to give him some kind of penalty to this person, but to teach this person how to do it properly. Because if this person have no idea how to pack the hard drives, this person will make another mistake, and this will cost you money. This will lose your money. That's why you need the VMS. So again, who needs the good VMS? First of all, real-time monitoring and alerting. All those people that need this, they need the information, who, what, and when something happens, right? So when you need maps, procedures, you need quick response. When there's something happens, like there is intruder on site, the operator needs to know where the camera is, where is the intruder, who to call, and so on. It needs to be fast and precise. Inventory tracking. So if you've got the complaint process, you need precise information, fast information. Where will you get the goods? For example, who was packing the goods? Yeah. What else? Goods status. Where the goods are right now. I need to find something. Yeah. Let's say the customer is calling me, where is my package? And I need to find it fast. So this is also why you need the recordings. Employee productivity and monitoring. What is the work status right now? Where the people are working? What is the workload? Traffic flow, people behavior on site, access control, safety of the people in the facility. Those are all the things that you need to solve using the proper VMS. And now, what does it mean, a proper VMS and a good VMS? Of course, we know that you cannot, or actually, it's not easy to create VMS from the scratch. I know at least 2 examples, like big manufacturers on the market that were trying to create their own VMS software from scratch. They are great at making hardware like cameras and NVRs, but the VMS, But we thought that this is not a good way to start. So actually, our VMS is made by a team that's got huge experience in making this kind of software. Those guys have 18 years of experience in creating CCTV software, not only to manage the recordings, not only to connect the cameras, but also how to use overall the system. So our goal is to create VMS that will handle easily 14,000 cameras without any problem, really, but also 14 cameras or 4 cameras. It needs to be easy to use, but also stable. It needs to be good for a small system, but also for the huge federations and so on. So actually, our software is already tested. It's not something new. It's something that was actually installed in many projects. In our portfolio, where the software is used, we got like nuclear power plants. We got huge logistic centers, even the size of the city, right? So where we integrate not only cameras, but also container code readers, license plate recognition, face recognition, smart cities, manufacturing facilities, lots of different sites. And also small systems. For example, my friend is installing this VMS for small shops across the Poland. There is maximum like 9 cameras, I think. Yeah, and he said that it's perfect. It's perfect to use for something like this. So, what is the architecture actually of this VMS? Why it's so robust? Why it's so powerful? Of course, we use the architecture of client server. So, when you get the cameras, you just connect them to the server, where you store all the recordings of the video, audio, all the settings about the user rights, events, everything. Everything is stored on this particular server, right? And then, of course, you use client station to connect to the server, and using the permission rights, you get the cameras, the recordings, and everything that you got the rights for. So the user just use the client station to connect to the server. That's it. Of course, the server can be on site. The server can be in some private cloud. It can be in some central management place. It doesn't matter. You just need to provide the streams from the cameras. Of course, there is no limitation for the number of clients that are connecting to the single server. So there's not a problem to create like one server with 300 cameras and then 10 clients that will use this single server. It's not a problem. All the connections are encrypted, which is really important. This is something that is quite not so popular on the market, to be honest. Everybody's using the password protections, but this is not the way that it should be. I will show you in a moment why it's like that. Just an example, this software is used also in some military facilities like NATO bases or Air Force bases, or even in ammunition storage units and so on. So what else? If you got different branch offices, of course, you can record the cameras there. And then you just use, for example, single server to connect to the multiple single client to connect to the multiple servers. And from the single client, you get all the cameras. So for the operator, he just gets the information about the cameras and everything. He doesn't need to even know how many servers there are connected to this single client. So, or the multiple servers. This is how it's actually done. When it comes to the encryption, what I want to state, what is the difference between everything that is done on the market and us? First of all, when you get the data that is sent between the server and the clients, we not only use the password protection for this kind of transmission, because if you use the password protection, somebody can use the method of man in the middle, or they can sniff out the password and then use it to decrypt the data and check for the information that is sent. But what we are doing, we are using RSA encryption to encrypt the data, but this is not enough. Then we use this capsule, but we close the encryption data. We use hash digest of the message. And then we also use HTTPS tunnel to send this information. So this way, there is no way to sniff the password. There is no way to get information, what is inside and who is sending this where. So everything is actually protected. Also, we don't use the password protections because just to establish the connection, we use then the session tokens. And this is used in our solution like on the go, yeah? So you don't need to pay anything extra for this one. This is available in the system for like 4 cameras or 4,000 cameras. It just doesn't matter. This is how we actually do.
So the cyber security from the design.
Yes, this is also sometimes people use this one to secure old installations, because in some old situations when you got like NVRs or cameras solution, you can get the products that are end of life. And there is a problem because you cannot upgrade them with the newest firmware, but you know that there is some kind of security issue, that there is like a, let's say, loophole or backdoor or something, right? So how to secure the system? Actually, you can put our server there and connect everything to the server, and then you can be sure that everything that goes out of the server is actually secured. So this is also what you need to know, that this is something that can help you out with the security of your system. And like I said, this VMS is perfect for like 4 cameras and 4,000 cameras. We give you this encryption thing that it's just on the basic license. And probably everybody right now is just like thinking, okay, this looks good. Let me think about the license. He says that it's perfect for 4 cameras and 4,000. I just wonder how many licenses I need for this kind of system. Actually, we are doing this completely different again than the market is doing. So probably you saw the tables like this, yeah, that you got different versions of the software, that you got like something like professional, expert, corporate, enterprise, unlimited, and so on, so on, so on. And depending on how many cameras you want to connect, you need special license. So if you even got the 48 channels in one solution and you want to upgrade or connect another 16, you need to upgrade to the professional, then you need to buy the license for the last 48 and so on. And the customer says, okay, now I want to have the security button, that if there is some kind of recording of incident, I want to protect this. Then you need corporate version because no other version supports this one. Okay, give me corporate. So you need to buy the support license, you need the previous licenses and so on, which is not convenient. We are not doing this way. It doesn't matter if you are doing the system for 4 cameras or 4,000 cameras. In our solution, there is no limitation for the number of cameras, for the number of servers, and the number of clients, like users of the system. So you can just have a one server with 4 cameras, and later your customer can upgrade this one to the 4,000, and you can still stay with the same license and the license price actually. Yeah? So this is it. I see the questions from the Q&A. So license cost will be on time, one time. Yes, actually the license is lifetime. I will show you this in a moment. So you just pay for the cameras and that's it.
We have another question. Server will be at your end, or we can install at customer end. So this is, of course, good question.
This is yeah, the important question. The server is wherever you want. So the server is your part. So you can just install the server at customer site, or it can be in your facility. We are not doing this one like this is only our solution, and you need to connect everything to us. So it can be completely off cloud, off internet, off everything. Yeah, just give the customer like this. Cloud service, can we do it? Of course, we can do everything, yeah. But the only thing that we need to answer is that do the customers get the money today? Because you can put the server in the cloud, but imagine how much bandwidth you need to push from the cameras to the server to the cloud to store everything in there. If you got this kind of cloud, you got this kind of connection, no problem. There is no extra license. You can run this the software. I will show you in a moment the requirements, but you can run this on like normal servers, computers, or on the VMware, for example, right? So the virtual servers. There is no difference in the licenses. So how it's the licensing is done? Because this is also the important question, right? For in our solution, one camera, one channel license. That's it. So if you got 117 cameras, then you just buy 117 licenses. You install this on the server. That's it. Everything is done. So you got the complete solution. Of course, you can buy some additional add-ons like AI from us or different some solutions, but the main solution from the VMS is just that's it. And there is no limitation for the server. So actually, there is no difference in a system where you got 1,000 cameras on one server or 100 cameras on 10 servers. The license price will be roughly the same.
Another question. Yeah, I'm almost convinced, to be honest, that I need this VMS, but why not use NVRs?
Yeah, this is great question, and I think that the whole webinar will be the answer for this kind of question. Why not to use NVRs? The NVRs are cheap. You can you can connect the cameras to the NVR, and that's it. But the NVR, the name of the NVR, is Network Video Recorder. And this recording part, it's great, but nothing else. And we know right now that storing the video only, it's not the solution for anything. You can record, but what you will do later with this one? That's why, for example, right now we got this boom on the AI, because the people know that the camera alone cannot solve anything. You need artificial intelligence to detect the intruder to act. And later, like I said on the beginning, you need to find out what happened. So you don't need to only record, but also get the information from the NVRs. And how to get the information, I will show you in a second. Yeah. Can we bid the license with the camera MAC or serial number? No, there is no license binding. So you just provide the license for the channel. And for example, today you can connect this camera. And if you want to connect another camera, you just change the IP address or change the model, or you just delete the camera and add another one. So there is no.
You just fill the free slots, yeah.
We would like to know of your VMS support brawl or fight detection for schools. This is not for the VMS. VMS is something to manage all the metadata. The metadata that you need for your system is to detect the fights, right? The vandalism and so on. And yes, Scylla provides this kind of AI. We got this, it can be installed on the server, of course, but also we got those off-cloud AI boxes with this kind of solution. And you can connect this one with the VMS. So you get the complete solution. First of all, you get information about there is a fighting, and then this information will trigger lots of events on the VMS. For example, there will be pop-up window with the image for the teacher, let's say. you will get some kind of report number to get back to, or there will be notification sent to the Telegram app or things like this. The VMS, think about the VMS as that it's this huge hub that gets all the metadata from around this Internet of Things and then sends everywhere. For third-party cameras, can we use AI through the Scylla VMS? Wait a second. Yeah, there is more. There is actually more. So, like I said, only one channel license. So there is no extra license for server, customer, or client or user. No extra license for screens that you connect to your client station. So if you want to build video wall with 8 screens, here you go. You can do it. There is no problem. Or even if you want to integrate things like access control, we will not charge you per gate like other solutions are doing. There is no extra license. You can just plug it in. And I will show you the access control in a second. So video management software. First of all, let's focus on this main part, managing the videos. So you need to connect different cameras. And this will be the answer for this question on a chat. Can we use other cameras, right? And what kind of cameras we support? Actually, we support all major brands. Scylla is camera agnostic. So it doesn't really matter what kind of camera you want to connect. To be honest, I haven't found the camera that we were unable to connect to this VMS yet. The project that I was using with the oldest cameras that we got, there were like, I don't know, 12 years old, like Axis with Hanwha is missing from the list. Yeah, but yeah, we support them. I don't know why. Let me say I will delete the links and I will put the Hanwha here. Sorry, I didn't notice. Yeah, we support Hanwha, of course. Also, I tried. We also support those new 6-megapixel cameras. There is not a problem. Yeah, Team Hanwha. So don't worry. I'm gonna put it there. Thank you. I really like Hanwha. So yeah, we support more than 150 different brands. Like, believe me, like crazy brands that are even local, like only on the Polish market. Yeah, still we support those. Of course, we support OnVIF. And using OnVIF, we are not only supporting the video, but also audio, PTZ, alarm input, output, motion detection, PTZ control, even edge storage. So if you got the OnVIF camera with SD card, we can use this SD card from this camera as a redundancy. So yeah, full support. 18,000 different devices, because we are not talking only about the cameras, but you can connect, like I said before, access control, alarm system, barcode scanners, weather stations, Excel, websites, whatever you want, like even Ambilight from some TVs. So if you want to control the color of your LEDs around the monitor for the monitoring center, yes, we can do the stuff like this. And everything can be done in a software. And believe me, the software actually is in my background here. Just a second. So yeah, the software is getting ready for the main presentation. So don't worry, I'm going there. But the main the question also that we need to answer, because nobody is doing this. Oh, I see that those are multi-sensor camera require more than one license. RTSP support, Mac OS or web client for the end user without the PC. Okay. Multi-sensor camera depends on the model of the camera. For example, the Hanwha 2-lens camera is only one license. Dahua 4-lens camera, one license. But there are some other cameras that are streaming each camera separately, and then you need the separate licenses for those. So you can check actually on the list of the supported cameras on if you need single or not. RTSP support, of course, we support the RTSP stream. There is no problem. There is this thin client for the Mac OS and web client, so you can use those also without the PC. And of course, Android and iOS app on the mobile phone. Video compression for the third-party cameras, I don't understand this one. We support H.264, H.265, MXPEG, JPEG, and that's it when it comes for the video compression. Okay, so one more. Let's say you want to create huge system. Really, like let's say that the minimum is 200 cameras, 4K resolution, 15 frames per second, let's say. And you need hardware for this, because remember, you need to ask about the hardware. I have this saying that our VMS is actually cheaper than free software from other manufacturers. Why? It's cheaper than free software? Actually, it is. Because when you create the hardware for this VMS, it will be mind-blowing. First of all, look at this. I just use the calculator from one of the top VMS softwares on the market. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's not bad. But I want to create the system for 200 cameras, and this is suggestion from them. This is what I need to run this kind of system. I need 3 servers with something like live database configuration for the live database, 8 hard drives, 9 hard drives for the archive database configuration. So this is 17 hard drives times 3 for these 200 cameras. Now, how does it look in our solution? This is our recommendation from our calculator. Single server, Intel i5 12400. This is it. And later, if you get to our sales, and soon it will be also available on our website, so don't worry, you can use it also on our website. So we got also this calculator, it will be available for actually everyone. And just give me a second, I will show it to you. Okay, no, not this one. So how does it look? This is it. This is the calculator. So you just put the number of cameras, let's say 250 cameras, mainstream H.264, 4K resolution, 15 frames per second, 8 megabits per second. Second one, H.264 D1 resolution. This is the substream for the live view. We just want to have the clients also for the display of all those cameras. So this client needs to be with Intel and external NVIDIA GPU. And this is what our calculator calculated. Yeah. So for the server, this is the recommended one. It's not a minimum recommendation. This is recommended. So yeah, there is some, space here. Yeah. And this is the client station for this kind of.
So it is not heavy, to be honest.
It's not heavy. It's not heavy. Yeah. This is my laptop. This is my company laptop. And you know what? I can bet that right now I have some cameras that are full HD resolution. First stream, I've got like 8, 9 cameras displayed with full resolution, not second stream. And I bet that the Zoom app takes more resources than this VMS. Let me check for the task manager. Yeah, it's here. Yeah. See, Zoom meetings, 15% of the CPU usage. ScyllaVMS around 11. That's it. I can even try to do it like this, maybe.
We have a server and client here.
On the single laptop, this laptop, yeah. I've got a server, I've got the client, and even some of the cameras, there is OnVIF emulator in the background working, and the Zoom and everything. And this is enough. Look, 16 channels. This camera is full HD. Some of the cameras, I think there is one that is like 4 megapixel. And let me check the performance. Still, ScyllaVMS takes around 10%. With this one, let's say 16%. So similar to the Zoom meetings. That's it. That's it. This is how powerful the software is. This is how powerful it is. You don't need to worry about the performance. You don't need to worry about the hardware. It can run even on the old servers. So yeah, this is the power. Okay, I see that there is another question. That there is a VMS Basic and there is VMS Pro. What is the difference? I will show you in a moment. There is actually there is a small difference between those two. So don't worry. Both are unlimited. Yeah. So this is the hardware, and again, the answer for this question from the chat. Built-in video analytics. It doesn't matter if you use Scylla AI analytics, our intrusion detection, shoplifting, fight detection, gun detection, the best gun detection in the world, to be honest, facial recognition. You can connect those analytics to our VMS. Also, you can use Hanwha cameras with Hanwha analytics on board, or Bosch cameras with Bosch analytics on board, or Hikvision, or Dahua, or Mobotix, or Vivotech. And we support the analytics from those cameras without any extra license. You just use this as an event, and that's it. So you can add as many cameras with those analytics as you want. If you got the system for 14 cameras, you can add 14 cameras with analytics, and that's it. You can use all those analytics. Even if you got analog cameras and you connect those analog cameras to the DVR, and this DVR supports some kind of analytics like smart motion detection, we can use events from this DVR also in our VMS. So you can integrate this one also. There was also one question on the chat about the support license. Yes, the license is just permanent. Yeah, it's lifetime. So when you use our license, when you buy our license, it will work forever. But there is also 2 years support included in this license. What does it mean? It means that during this time you get the technical support, plus if you need to move your license for a different server, or you need to upgrade your server to the new functionality, you can do it during those 2 years without any problem. You can extend your support up to 10 years, and this costs almost nothing, really. So you don't need to worry about. If you want to have this peace of mind, you just buy the support for the 10 years.
Should I decide to buy the additional support by ordering, or I can do it later?
This is a good question. You can do it later. First of all, if you, for example, there are like 23 months past, and after 23 months, you can just buy another year for all your cameras, and there is no problem. But what will happen after 4 years? Let's say you forgot about the technical support, yeah, this license. You can just buy the this support license from this time that you want up to 2 years. You don't need to pay back. You just pay on upfront. So you don't worry. So let's say if after 5 years you decide, okay, I want to move my license to another server and upgrade everything, I will just ask you, okay, and you need to buy the support license for all your cameras for upcoming 2 years, and that's it. Yeah, so the price is really small. Free support for the VMS new version. Yes, there is free support, technical support if you got this support for the license active. Avigilon analytics. This is tricky question. We can get some of the events from the Avigilon cameras using the OnVIF, but the Avigilon is quite closed system, so it's really hard to get everything from them. So we got some ways to integrate even their software with our software, but it's not so easy. This is topic for something, let's say, another hour meeting. So just please reach to our sales guys, and we're gonna show you how you can integrate even those closed systems with our solution. Support the IP camera analytics through native. Some of them, yes. Some of them we just use OnVIF events. Some of them we just scan for the events that are sent from the cameras, and then we just use this as a handle. So if the camera is sending you this kind of message, this means that you should trigger the alarm this way, because this is smoke alarm. Yeah, this way. Okay. So let's go about the access control. We got different access control integrated. We got Galahad, NetApp, Kerry, Paxton, Roger in Poland, for example, really popular one. And this is really good integration. So using this kind of thing, you get information about all the door status. You get the door status on a map. You can lock the door, unlock the door, get the information from there. Also, you can use the information from the access control to search for the videos. So for example, if you got, let's say you just mark, show me door number 5, event, door forced open, and car holder was zapotoczny, right? Then you get information about this door. You get the picture of me from the database. This is not my name, but this is my picture, yeah. And you get the video of this event. Yeah? So you can do it this way with access control. Lots of cool stuff, actually. Just like I said, connect different metadata. And last question before we go to the live, this from Przemysław. What is the VMS Basic, and is there also VMS Pro? Actually, there is Scylla VMS Basic and Scylla VMS Enterprise. The Enterprise is dedicated and created to be to fit to those huge systems where you got the federation of the servers. Because, like I said, all the settings, all the user rights, everything is stored on a server. So what happened when you got 3 different branch offices? Can you do it using the basic one? Of course. You just need to configure one, then you configure second one and third one, and you just want to use one client, for example, to connect to all of them. No problem. But it's not convenient. And what will happen if this one server would just, let's say, somebody will damage this server, or there was some problem with power supply or something. So if you need redundancy, if you need central management, then it's, let's say, recommended to use the enterprise version. You just put one central server in the middle, let's say somewhere. Of course, the central server can also be can also have the redundant server, and then you connect all the client stations to the central server here. So you store all the licenses here. This one takes care of all the servers. It checks the health status of all the servers. If something happens with this server, it will just redirect all the cameras, all the connections to the redundant one. And there is
Can I spread the licenses to this central server?
Yes, you just, this is like a well with all the licenses, and you just pull the licenses from this one. So for example, you can just buy 1,000 licenses for the central server, and then when you connect this Warsaw one and it needs 250, it will just take 250 licenses from this one, and that's it. And of course, if there is a redundant server, it will just switch to this one, and you don't need to pay like double extra for those licenses. It will just move automatically. Yeah. So yeah, this is the
user management via central server.
Of course, user management by the central server, Active Directory. So then you create all the users here, and you got all the resources from all those sites. Yeah. So you manage all those servers like they are on site. It doesn't matter that it's a federation, it's a different localization for you. This is like one big server that you can use. So even if there are like hundreds of thousands of cameras and there is a problem with the network, you just can multiply the number of servers and still manage them as a one unit. Yeah. There is also one thing. For example, if you got more than 8 screens, what if you need the video wall for 140, or you get different monitoring stations, like say 3 different monitoring stations, and then suddenly there is some kind of alarm, and you want to put the alarms in all those monitoring stations to be on the let's say dedicated screen. You can do it with the enterprise version. In the enterprise version, you can even use the laptop or tablet to manage all the screens connected to the single network. Every computer with our client with screens connected, those screens are visible on each computer as like they were connected to this one. Yeah, so there is no problem. For remote site monitoring, do we need additional license? No, there is no additional license for this one. You can just use our console or monitor. I will show you in a moment how we can do it. Can we do storage through the VMS without additional through the VMS additional licenses? When you buy the licenses for the VMS, this license is not only to connect the cameras, but also to store the cameras. So there is no limitation for the storage. You can have as big storage as you want. I see that there is some sun shining through my window and I look funny in my bald head. But yeah, this is how it's done. So now it's time for the live presentation. So I will try to answer at least some of those questions during this one also. So yeah. Like I said at the beginning, VMS, video management software, so we need to connect different cameras. I think that we got it, right? Because we have connected different cameras, even I've got some drone footage, I can use the RTSP, I can use OnVIF, I can use different types of the connections, and this way I can just store everything here and display everything.
Are body cams supported?
Yes, even better. Okay. I got you. So
show me this one. I with the best presentation
ever. So to show you that we can connect almost, I think, any camera to our system, right? So okay. Look at this. First of all, okay, we got the cameras, but also we got this handy map here, right? On this map, this is actually a global map. This is something like GPS map, yeah. So yeah, this is Gdańsk, right? So we got the cameras here. If I double click this camera, it will be displayed here. If, for example, I click on this camera, it will show this camera on the map. So the operator always knows where he is looking. So even if the operator is somewhere else, I still, there is something happening on this camera, right? Because there is some Jeep or something, show me this camera, and it will be displayed here. Yeah, so there is no problem. Also, you can put those special type of the camera. For example, here, you see that there is this red marking here on the security guard, and there is no footage from him, actually. So let's go here, or let's do it like this. Okay, give me a second. I know that Zoom is cutting out my smartphone. I have the mobile app right now running on my phone, and about the body camera. The security guard just disappeared. You know why? Because this guy is actually here near Warsaw, where my office is. Because if I double click now, this guy, what you can see here is my laptop. Because I connected the camera from my smartphone to the VMS, and I got not only the image from this camera, but also GPS localization. Here you can see it in the upper corner.
So my phone could be a camera in the channel as a channel in the VMS, and I can use this like an inspection camera or accident camera or any.
Or alarm camera or patrol camera or dashboard camera, whatever you want. Just like you said, this is, think about the opportunities. Let's say logistics center. In the logistics center, you got this safety guy, right? That is running through the whole warehouse and checking for some problems. How to report that there is something like some danger. Just smartphone, click one button, you record everything. And even you can create the report about this. This can be also done, like you said, with the inspection. So if you connect like this Caterpillar smartphone with the thermal camera, you can use this one for the inspection, let's say like electrician or something, right? And how to create the report. Here on my smartphone, I got this one button that will ask me, okay, you want to create the report? I said, yes. And now the name of the report, let's say webinar, and the description, VMS future. Okay, we got it created. And what it does, look, now we got this camera. I can go to the playback. And on the playback, okay, I've got the recording from my smartphone. Of course, it's recording on my VMS. And here, this is what I created. This is the bookmark. This is the report. So I can later use this to search for those kind of events, for those kind of alarms or reports. And from here, I can change the status of this one. Let's say this is just information, right? So let's change the bookmark color to the blue. This is just information. Status is not none. Now it's just closed, right? And I can add the comment. It was false alert. Add comment. That's it. And later it can be used to search for the recordings. Easy and really good to use. Yeah, so this is I think the answer for your question. Of course we can use the dashcams. Yeah,
we have also the question, can we upload the CAD drawings or map of buildings in VMS?
No, we cannot use the CAD. We are working on the version that will support some like PDF files. Yeah, so you don't have the raster but vector graphics. Right now you can use this GPS, but if you want to go deeper, let's say here we got this warehouse, I can just double click this one and it will take me to this picture of the warehouse with everything marked. So again, I can just click on the camera and it will show me what the camera is looking at. And for example, if I want to go inside this warehouse to check other cameras, again, I can just double click and check the cameras here. Not only, actually what you can do it this way. So for example, this button will take me inside to the warehouse to check the cameras there. But I can create this button in a way that it will switch the layout of all the cameras. So if I click this one, it will change all the cameras for this, what is going on there. And this kind of button you can create anywhere. So you can use VMS, you can use the map, you can use on-camera buttons, but also you can use the button on smartphone. So I don't think that it will show, but yeah, I have a button here. If I click this button, it will send the notification to the VMS and, for example, change my layout to the parking solution. So I can control everything from anywhere, actually. And of course, everything depends on the user rights. Yeah. And now this is a cool feature.
That's my question. If we have the let's say not most sophisticated guy as the operator, and he clicked up somewhere, how he can restore the view of
Okay, first of all, we could create something like a default view, but this is a problem because let's say that the default view for the operator is not the perfect one for him because he wants to get back to the previous one, not the basic one that it's starting up with every VMS. So actually here, as you can see, we have those buttons like just like in the web browser. So in the web browser, when you go to get back, you just click on this one button. The same situation is here. So for example, look, I will just, let's say, close this camera, close this one, open this one full screen, go to the playback. Now I want to get back. Click back. It will take me to the previous one. So the full screen. Again, view. Again, open the camera, and change the view to the previous one with the drone. So the back button will help you out really. This is something that is great. It solves lots of things. Like I said, the interface of the VMS was designed to work not only with those advanced administrators, but also if you give this solution to this not sophisticated security guard in the security booth, then yeah, we can also solve this problem and give them the interface in a way that they will manage everything.
So you said that we can have the predefined layouts for the operator. Can it make those the admin of the system for the operators just to be sure that they are watching what they are
they're supposed to watch?
Yeah.
Actually, you can do it on the different ways. First of all, those layouts here can be created using the templates. So for example, I can just use those predefined templates. I can go, let's say here we got like, let's say this one is empty, right? So here I can just go to my panoramic camera that I got outside. This is it. I can use we got some thermal camera here. So I can create my view whatever I want. So for example, the panel, I will show you the panel in a moment because this is also something great. And also, let's say like a warehouse or warehouse one, yeah. So I can add the maps. And now this whole layout can be saved on the client station. This means that this operator that loves this layout, he will use this layout for the time. He can even choose here on the advanced configuration of the client that this layout will always start when the app starts with the windows and everything. Yeah. So this is his default layout. But if you are administrator and then you want to limit the layouts for the specific users, let's say we got this security booth guard that he was supposed to watch only 9 cameras or something, and that's it, nothing else. Then we can create custom layouts for this kind of user. For this one, you need something which is called the console. This is a small app that helps you out to manage all the cameras that you got and all the servers and everything. Yeah. So here you just go to the layouts, templates, create the new layout, and from here you just name the layout. You just specify how many cameras you want to have. Or for example, if it is for the panoramic cameras, you can just do it like this. Merge, and this way you can put the panoramic cameras, even those really wide ones, right? So that are with weird aspect ratio, and corridor cameras and things like this. So yeah, you can create those layouts, and then the operator can use this one, or the administrator can assign that this user can access only this layout, and that's it, nothing else. This is for him.
Can we somehow lock the screen or lock the shell of the windows?
Yes, we can lock everything. So we can lock the windows completely. Not only this one, because here, for example, as you can see, we have lots of different buttons. Yeah, like you can close this channel, but this should be done only by the administrator or somebody advanced. So you can just go to something that is called video overlays here, video port overlays. And for example, let's say that we created this view for this basic security guard, and we can choose that everything is turned off, save. And this way, of course, now I can do it because I've got the administration rights. But if now the user will log in, he will just get the video like this, the image. No buttons, no titles, nothing. I can even disable those things here. So if you want to disable the way to create the digital zoom, you can do it. This digital zoom button also can be customized. Everything from the interface can be customized from this software. So if you don't like those buttons here at top, and you decided that this is too much for this operator, you can also disable those. Even better, if you don't like our colors, for example, you think that okay, it should be better to have something in a more yellow thing, you can do it also, because we got this theme creator that you can just change the colors of everything. We got this one project for one customer, and he said that I don't like the playback, because in the playback, when there is no recording, there is a gray bar, and I want to have it in red, and you just can click it and change it to red. That's it, and it's done.
Yeah. Mateusz, another question. If we could, because not so much time left, I would like to go to the recordings, playbacks, and this nice stuff, because it is really something what we can differentiate from the other systems.
This is something that will blow your mind. Let me just check one thing. Okay, we can go like here. First of all, we use our own database architecture when it comes for the recordings. Why? Because just like we said at the beginning, the searching for the video is the most important part in the surveillance. First of all, of course, is to react. But the second thing, like also with this one, is to find the moment, and then to find the recording and to export it and to get some kind of evidence. And everybody knows how it works on things like NVRs. So on the NVR, to find something, you need time. This timeline doesn't work well. You've got problems with this one. Here, there is no problem. First of all, when you see the timeline, here we got the few hours. This is my panoramic camera in front of my home. What you can see here, those gray bars on this timeline, those are the events from the camera, actually from the NVR, about the intrusion detection. So I don't use the intrusion detection from Scylla actually for this camera. I'm using the built-in intrusion detection because the distance is short. I can use it. Why not? I can use everything. So this way I can search precisely. I don't need to search for the whole timeline. I see that there was some incident here. So I see the car was moving here. Okay. What else? Here we got the car. So probably, yeah, I just get back, right? So this is it. This is how you can use to search.
It's so easy.
It is. It's perfect. Look, for example, my kids, to find my kids. It's really nice to have this kind of functionality. What else? We can use also motion detection from the cameras. So if there is motion detection even from the camera, you will have this blue marking here. So here, for example, is thermal camera, and I can use this blue one. I see that my dog is here and so on. So I can use the blue markings to check that there was some kind of motion. And to be honest, you can even switch between those events using this magic button. Just give me a second. Yeah, here. So for example, I want to just check only the moments where there was some kind of something happening, because I don't want to stream full 4K resolution panoramic camera to my security center. So I just go to next event. It's here, and I just click jump motion, and this way it will take me to event by event. Yeah, so I can see here that there was just single motion. I can go here to another one, and another one, another one, another one, and I could just get the snapshots from the motion from here. Plus, of course, like I showed you on the before, all those bookmarks, those can be also created using the analytic. Actually,
what about the exporting of the footage?
This is also solved pretty well. Just, I will show you this in a moment. First of all, you didn't ask one question. Yeah. What happens if you don't have any kind of video analytics?
Yeah, the search is terrible.
Yeah, let's say that the only thing that you got is just timeline without anything on the timeline, and you need to find the precise information on this one. And you can do it like two ways, because this correlates with the video export. Yeah. So let me show you this one, because I was recording the thermal camera for this weekend, so I got like 3 days of the thermal recording. And for example, take a look at this. This is my barbecue, my grill, right here. If you go here, there is no grill here. What happened? I need to find the recording. Now, how much time will it take on the NVR to find this precise moment when somebody is stealing my grill from my backyard. We got 3 days of the recording. Now take a look at this. We are creating all the time something that is called instant time lapse. So I can just move my bar across those 3 days, and it will show me precise timeline of everything what happened. Look, you can even check the shadows from the thermal camera. So I can just move this timeline and, oh, there was no grill. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Now let's move it a little bit here. Okay, I see that he is moving. Oh, there's something happened again. So do it more precisely. Okay, so we got the recording probably somewhere here. And yeah, we got the whole moment when my wife was ordering me to take the grill. So I can just go back, I can just go forward. Everything is smooth. And this is also the answer for your question. Why not NVR? Try to do something like this on the NVR. It will kill the NVR. And if you're thinking that this works only on thermal camera because of the resolution, this is panoramic camera. And also you've got the time lapse, no problem. Also, if you use the panoramic camera with 4K resolution, still you got the time lapse of this one. So there is no problem of video search or the recording. You can speed up everything. You can slow down. There is no problem with video search. And now, when you ask the question about video export, yeah, video export. So to create the video export, you can use this time-lapse functionality, or you can use the standard export. So, for example, if I want to create a time-lapse of, let's say, this grill. Let's go here, and let's go here, maybe somewhere where there is a shadow. Yeah. So just mark the beginning of the recording, the end of the recording, and then you can click the protect the archive. So this way you will secure the recording, but also you can just go to the settings. You can go to video export, and for example, here you just choose the video file what you want to use. AVI file, MP4, MKV, you just choose the proper one. Then you choose, for example, time-lapse. Let's say that you want to create time-lapse where 10 minutes of the recording is 1 second of the video file, and you click export button. And then you will get one question. Do you want to export this video with audio or without audio? We support any kind of audio input. It can be a speaker that it's a microphone connected to the server. It can be connected to the camera. It can be some IP. Microphone, it doesn't actually matter. Then you just click the export button, and it looks like nothing happens. You can just go back to your normal operation of the VMS. So everything works now, and the VMS is doing the export in the background. So it will not affect the work of the operator. And everything that is done then goes to this library. As you can see here, that we have the number 1, that there is one export pending, and actually it already done the export. So those few hours of the time lapse, it took like how much? 3 seconds? 3 seconds to do the export. And you go to the folder, and yeah, actually it's here. So I can just double click, and it's done. So we got the time lapse of those of this whole situation. So this is it. Also, what you can do for some situations, like when you got the, let's say, this panoramic camera. So, okay, we got the map, but also we need something like this. So we got the recordings of panoramic camera, but it's not easy to get all the details because the resolution is big. So what you can do, you can move the panoramic camera a few times more. Then you can just make the highlights, maybe something more interesting. Let's say here. And the second one, let's say that we want to have it here. And if you click the export button now, it will ask you if you want to create separate files for each camera, or it will stitch together all the recordings and then export this like a one single file.
Excellent.
For the police department or something, they have like the situation from different angles, but still on the one file. Of course, you can export this
synchronized file. Yeah.
With the player, with everything. Of course, you can add the watermark. You can mask the movement or some parts of the video. It's not a problem to do it like this.
Faces.
Yes, of course. So as you can see, there's lots of different solutions that you can use with.
So it seems like I need this VMS, to be honest.
I think so. And you know what?
I'm quite skeptic, but yeah, I'm really convinced.
The basic presentation for the VMS usually takes around 2 hours. We only had one, so I had to squeeze everything here. But I think that this will just show you the direction that we are moving. And believe me, there is much, much more, because right now what we are doing is that you can control the cameras within the VMS. If I want to switch this camera in the night mode, for example, I don't need to go to the web browser. I can just double click my panel and it will switch the camera to the night mode or to the color mode, or I can just switch to the defog mode. So many different things. I can control the VMS using voice commands. I can put the voice command on my phone and this will redirect, change the layout, like start parking routine. So
I can't do that yet, but I'm working on it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And
here is better.
okay. And what else? Now we are also working on something which is quite cool, and I think that lots of customers need, is integration with license plate recognition cameras. So actually you don't need them, because you can do the license plate recognition directly inside the VMS, and it will give you not only the like license plate, but also it will recognize the model of the car. Sorry, I need to change the date. I see 12. It will also change to show you the model of the car, color of the car, type of the car, and so on. So really, you should check the performance and the possibilities of this one. How big the install file for the server? Let me check. Let me check.
And clients.
Yeah. So the whole package, the server, the client, and the console to manage everything is around 1.3 gigabytes. So it's not so big. For the client station, I think for the client app, I think it's much smaller. I will need to check. I don't have it here. So yeah. So the license plate recognition, yeah, it's from the normal cameras. It's from the normal cameras, but I don't know why it's not connecting to my remote database. Let me just check for the recordings. I don't know why it's not connecting here. Maybe I have too small storage to show. Yeah, it's starting to show something. No. So yeah, you can use any camera actually for license plate recognition. Of course, you need to have a proper resolution, the angle, and everything. But yeah, you can run this license plate recognition on anything that you actually want. Number of users and roles in the VMS. There is no limitation for this part. So if you go to the user management, you can create, of course, the single user, but also what you can do, which is easier and better, is to create the user group, and then you assign, let's say, operator 2. Yeah, and then you assign the resources for this group from all those things that you created here. So you can create, you can assign the rules for single cameras, like delete the archive, protect the archive, access the playback or not. You can create a user that gets only the live view of the camera, or live view but without the audio, or live view with audio, and so on. Also, you can choose if the person can log in using the monitor, log in using the HTTP, just using the web browser, or using the mobile. Or, for example, should this user use the two-factor authentication? So if the user wants to connect from outside of the company network, he needs to provide the second code, that the code will be sent to the administrator, and this way he needs to sign in. Also, you can use the SMS, for example, receiver on GSM connected to the server.
Another questions, different languages like different languages than English. If they are supported, can I change them on fly, let's say, after the installation?
Of course. So when you get the client, you can have a different language for the client, and you can have the different language for the console. So here you just go to the settings, and here you got the whole list of all the languages that we support. So there is a lot of them. And the only thing that you need to do, of course, if you change the language now,
You need to
will
reset.
need to restart the client app. This is like normal, right? But what is important, everything that you change in the console here doesn't need to be doesn't require the restart of the client station. So for example, this operator here now can see the panoramic camera, right? I can just go to the channels, I can go to the panoramic camera, and I can disable the camera. And done. This operator doesn't get the information about this camera anymore. He cannot access the recordings and so on, so on. So you can manage everything from the console, and it doesn't require restart of anything. Of course, you can also upgrade everything to this. So
we have a few questions more. Can we integrate users with Active Directory? It was already confirmed.
Yes.
Yes.
You can go here and you just add users, and you have external
database created automatically, or the integrator should create it?
Automatically. And we don't use the SQL, so don't worry. So
basically, we don't need a special license for this.
No, you don't need to pay anything. Of course, if it's needed because of reasons, then you can just go to the servers and you can use some external databases. If you
another question regarding exporting, can it be played through any player, or special player is required? Can we also protect exported video through password? So
first of all, you can export the video in different formats. So you got the AVI file, you got MP4, and so on. And so any player can be used to open this one. Plus, you can export the video with the player inside, so you can use our VMS player to play all those videos. It's really handy because it looks precisely just like the VMS, so you can use all of those nice things from here also in the player. Can you protect the password, protect the recordings? Actually not. You cannot protect those recordings using the password. Of course, you can do it later, right? You can use just the zip or something to encrypt the recording. But if the user has the rights to export the recording, then it's just exported, right? It's just AVI file. So it's better to just provide the access to the archive to some kind of user with this kind of thing. Also, what you can do with when it comes for the storage, you can go to the storage and you can set up something which is called recent archive interval. What does it mean? It means that if you got the operator and, for example, you got like 180 days of the recordings and you don't want them to access all of it because there is no reason to access all of it. Let's say last 24 hours is more than enough, or last 7 days. So you can just specify it here. So you can just do like 7 days and then you just apply, and each user with the permission to access only recent archive interval, they will have the access for the only 7 days. So yeah, this is it. When it goes to those automatic things, if you are worried about security of your system, to make sure that all the writes are like done precisely, so yeah, you can go to this cyber security wizard that we got built in, and you can just move the slider here. For example, you want to have the high security system, and it will suggest you what you should actually do with your system. Yeah, so about the password policy, about the storage encryption, and so on, so on. So you can do it from here. Each user also that connects to the server, or using the client or the mobile app or the web app, we got something that is called monitoring. This is also was the question from the previous thing. Do you need any special license to monitor the servers? Actually not. It's built in, and you see information about all the servers connected, the version of the server, status and update time, and so on. Plus, you get the information about what cameras are connected, what devices are connected, what channels, what is the resolution of the channel, bitrate of the channel. If there is some problem with the camera, you will see this orange thingy, and if it's critical, you will get the red one. Yeah, so you can see all the messages here. So this is great for the troubleshooting. Also from here, we've got the archive statistics. So there is built-in calculator that will tell you how much space you need for a single day for each camera. so you can calculate how much storage, for example, you need to add for your system. And here you get the information about all the users that are connected to my system. As you can see here, there are plenty of different users that are like taking lots of my resources, so I can also do some actions.
We got another question regarding the demo version. So guys, please do not forget to go to the Scylla AI. There is a new special section, VMS support. There you can navigate to the trial download, and you can just fill the form, and you will get the trial version of VMS. Also, you have the software activation section, VMS resources, some information regarding this VMS, and also frequently asked questions.
Yeah, what is great is actually if you need any kind of help with the VMS, if you install it, you've got built-in user manual. I mean the administration manual, which is huge. We put everything that you actually need here with examples, with step-by-step procedures, and everything is done here. So you can get all the information that you actually need. Like two-factor authentication. You just click on this one and you get all the information about this one, and so on, so on. So this is actually really handy. And the same thing you got for the client station. So if you go to the client station, you just go to help and you got the user guide, which is also built in. So you can also check this out. And even if you forget, let's say you create everything, you set up everything, and you are worried about the backup, there is something called like automatic backup wizard. And it's set up here, automatic backup configuration. And the only thing that you need to remember is to choose different drive, maybe, yeah, because the same hard drive that the VMS is on is not a good idea. That's why, for example, here I got the cloud backup in my OneDrive, and every one day at 2 p.m. the VMS is doing the backup of everything that is on the VMS, and there are 15 files, so I can just go back to the previous versions if there's something happened with this one.
Okay. Anything more what we can add here? Because I think we are just going to the end. Guys, thank you for the for this call, for this webinar. I believe it's not the latest. So I believe we can also go to the different webinars, different stories, maybe some case studies later on. Just reach out to us, please, regarding inquiries, help, etc., and we can help you with the VMS integration, etc.
Yeah, there was also one question about the demo license. Yeah, please reach to our sales guys, and we can.
Yeah, I said this is on the webpage as well.
Yeah.
Directly to us, yes. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Stay safe. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.